Hey everyone, my name is Jen Ernsberger and I am going to be living a sober life. And I wanted to be able to document my journey through some video logs and hopefully inspire other people to maybe take a look at themselves or allow an opportunity for someone that's already on that journey to connect with me, because the more the merrier, man. The more Red Rover arms we got against alcohol, I think the better place the world would be. So this is day 2 of my sober life, and I'm gonna spend some time taking you through my history with alcohol, because I don't classify myself as an alcoholic. I am a social drinker. And I realized at this time in my life that alcohol does not bring any value to my life. In fact, it decreases the value of my life, and therefore I am wanting to abstain from it. So I was first introduced to alcohol when I was 14. I was never really a bad girl. Bad girl. I maybe drank 15, 20 times during that entire year I was 14. But I had a sobering moment when I was 15, and I was dating my boyfriend, and he was drunk, and we were talking on the phone, and he was being so rude to me, and it just kind of clicked. And I was like, I can't believe somebody that's so nice to me normally is such a jerk right now, and it's because he's drinking. And then I kept getting in trouble, because I did not drink very much, but when I did, my parents caught me, so good on them, right? But it just made me realize some things at a very young age, and I decided to declare myself straight edge, if you guys remember that movement, or I think it's still a thing that goes on right now. I used to listen to punk, and so Minor Threat was like one of my favorite bands. Anyways, I digress. So I got into fitness when I was 15 as well, almost turning 16, and became a fitness instructor when I was like 17. So I was straight edge for a little while, but for most of my teenage and pre-21 years, I never really drank. I only drank on very, very special occasions, New Year's, maybe a friend's birthday, and when I did have a stint where I was, because I suffered from depression, and I dealt with that in different various ways. But one of the ways that I ultimately, I think when I was like 19 or 20, I started drinking. But you have to realize that when I drank, it was like a Mike's Hard Lemonade or one shot. One shot, and I was plastered. That's how much I didn't drink, and my tolerance was so low. I got over that phase. I was like, that's stupid. I don't want to do that. And went back to just every so often I would drink. Well, so I had never drank underage. I mean, like, I had friends that went to bars and had fake IDs. Never had a fake ID, whatever. So I turned 21, and I really found myself, like, when I would go out to bars and I danced, and I only did it a couple times before I met my then boyfriend, now husband. And part of the reasons we got together was because I wasn't a party girl. My husband had his party days and dated the party girls, and didn't want anything to do with that, and wanted to live a better life. So here I was, somebody that really didn't drink. I didn't smoke cigarettes. I never really done any drugs. And so it was good. It was a really good match. However, I had discovered, because I had started drinking more and more, how much being drunk was fun. And though me and Nick were very violent towards each other, like our arguments and the way we treated each other was not good when we were 21 and 23. But at the same time, it was very alluring, because, you know, we'd have these passionate, like, makeups, and, you know, it was just always like fight and cry, and then, ooh, we'd make up. And alcohol was kind of the catalyst of all of that. Nick has gotten way better with when he gets drunk. He used to be a very, very angry drunk. Now he's a happy drunk. But it was an issue for him, and so he stopped, and, you know, I never drank, so I didn't really care. So that was probably when I was like 22, 23, and then I'm 27 now, just turned 27 just a couple months ago. But after that, like when we moved from Portland to Tacoma, and now we live in California, in that time frame, in those 4 years, you know, I went from every so often of drinking to kind of drinking every weekend and every other day, and then me and Nick were having like a beer a night. But it was nothing that it was like a cause for concern. Wasn't getting shit-faced, you know, every night. It wasn't until we moved to California this year. Big life changes. Nick got a promotion, got us to be able to have this opportunity to move down to California, which I'm so grateful for. And I got this amazing opportunity to live out my dream, which was to be a full-time Beachbody coach and not have to go anywhere and work for someone else and just teach fitness classes and then, you know, also master train. And so I didn't realize, like I knew, but I didn't know how hard this was going to be, going from working at a job that I had been at for 3 years, seeing all these people, having friends, coaches, and just this amazing life in Tacoma, very comfortable, very familiar, and then getting thrown into California where I don't know anybody and I don't have anywhere to go, I don't have any friends here, and so it got very lonely. And you know, me and Nick still drank the way we normally did, which was, you know, every other night, have a beer, whatever. And in August, it got really out of hand because I finally started hanging out with some of his coworkers, and it's not their fault. It's nobody's fault except mine. But I got a little out of hand, and you know, every time we hung out, we'd drink, and so it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. But then my life just went like that. Like I thought it was going like this because I was spending time with people and having fun, but my productivity, my business, my self-confidence, my bank account, my weight, everything was just not going good. So in September, I regrouped myself. I did a no-sip September, which was amazing. I had a lot of success with that. Did not even, you know, it was really hard, but, you know, towards the end of it, I didn't really regret it. Like, I was actually kind of excited to maybe keep going with it, but then my husband really wanted me to drink with him when we were at the beach one day. So I did, and then I kind of got back on the wagon and went back to drinking, you know, every so often and yada. Well, there's a lot of inner turmoil that I haven't dealt with about certain things in my life, and lately when I drink, it comes out. And I feel that I've been numbing myself from my problems, and that's never good, right? So I have just made this conscious decision. The more and more I thought about it, the more and more it just seemed appealing to not have to wake up with a hangover. I mean, you know, I went, last week, 5 days without drinking. I lost 5 pounds. I felt better. I felt great. I felt alert. You know, it's better to be tired than to be hungover and tired. So I just feel at this time in my life that there are some issues and some things that I need to work through, and when I drink, I numb myself from them. And even though I don't drink, you know, by myself or like in secrecy or anything like that, I just push myself further away from my goals, my weight loss goals, my financial goals, and my goals of like the type of person that I want to be. You know, I don't want to feel like I have to drink so that I can be outgoing, so that I can talk to people, that I can smile and be goofy and have fun. I want to be that way on my own. I also want to stop running away from things that, you know, I know when I drink, it kind of, you know, all the problems you have in your head when you drink, they just kind of fall away. But at the same time, it just makes me so incredibly depressed. I feel so sad. I am so unproductive, and I just feel like it's time for a change. So this is my first video log. It's very long, I'm sorry. I'm sure the future ones won't be as long, but I just wanted to kind of give you a synopsis of my experience with alcohol and let you know that, you know, everyone's got their own story, but my story, I feel, is something that probably a lot of people can relate to because it's very, very socially acceptable to drink. And it is what it is, and I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm not better than anybody else. I just know that I got my own shit going on, and I got to deal with it. And so I am just super excited to have clear skin. I'm excited to, you know, to get rid of the bloat, to not be bloated, to stick to my goals, to help improve my finances, and most importantly, just focus on my self-worth and my happiness. So, stay tuned, and thanks for watching.